Interview with Lily, grade 5, about the water cycle. Lily, can you describe the water cycle to me?
So there's different stages in the water cycle. There's precipitation, which involves rain and snow, which comes from the clouds. There's collection, which makes the which helps which I can't explain myself. Which when the water runs into the lakes. There's evaporation, when the heat of the sun causes the water to come up into the air and come as a gas. And condensation, which the gas comes into a liquid and comes together and forms a cloud.
Okay. What happens after that? Once it gets to condensation, is that the end? What happens then?
Then it goes back to precipitation.
Okay. Why is the water cycle important?
Because it helps water run through the earth so we can survive.
Very good. In the water cycle, which one do you think comes first?
Precipitation.
Okay. And can you describe to me again what that one was?
Precipitation is when the rain or snow comes down to the ground.
Yep. Very good. You talked about it comes down onto the ground and it's collected in the rivers and the lakes. What happens then? When the temperature rises, what happens?
The liquid becomes a gas, and then that's condensation and it forms into clouds.
Okay. Just before condensation, what's it called?
Evaporation.
That's right. Okay. You mentioned before that precipitation, we start with precipitation. Can you give me some examples?
There's rain, there's snow, hail.
Yeah. Very good. Clouds are important in our water cycle. What part of the water cycle includes the clouds?
There's condensation and precipitation.
And how does condensation occur again?
It's when the water evaporates. The water is...
Yeah, what happens with the water?
The water comes together.
Yeah.
And it forms a cloud.
Okay. Can you give me an example of condensation?
There might be when you're camping and in your tent.
Okay. What is it, a puddle on the floor or?
No, it's water that's like steamy.
Yeah. So little droplets.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you think of any other examples?
In the shower.
Okay. What happens in the shower?
In the shower, there's water and it's all steamy.
Yeah. And what happens when that water cools down?
It turns into a liquid.
Very good. Is there a step in the water cycle that you think is more important than any other?
No.
No. Why not?
Because without one you couldn't do the water cycle.
Okay. What would happen if you didn't have one of those?
then there'd be no water.
Okay, what would happen if there was no water?
Then we couldn't survive.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Lily.